Right, for the next project of mine, it's going to be the Mallet 22007 this is a non-sound version. I bought it second hand with a sound conversion on this by someone else, and it just wasn't very good at all. Very weak sound, and it's just an old sound chip. So what I'm going to do with this, I ripped out the old sound, which was the speaker didn't even have a casing on it. So what I'm going to do now is install a Lock Sound V4 Micro, which is half the size of the standard chip. Take off that speaker that comes with it and install a beautiful sugar cube speaker, tiny speaker, absolutely amazing. You can see the size. It's much smaller, so I should be able to get it inside the cramped loco. There's not much space at all on this loco at all for fitting out any sound, but I'm going to have a go at that. This speaker is an 8 ohm 1 watt, and it measures 12 times 8mm times 8mm, so it is tiny, but the sound out of it, I've never tried one of these before, should be pretty acceptable. Yeah, so to get into this particular Marklin-Trix loco, we have to take off the cap here, which is very tight fitting. You've got to be very careful not to scratch the paintwork taking that cap off, and to take the roof off as well. Usually just pulls off nicely, this roof. There we go, pops off there, and we have a screw right there to take off, and there's a metal shim underneath, which we have to be careful to put that back correct. Yeah, so got the body off, 2 screws and the cap, which is here. The front, make sure you try and get that cap off with your fingernails, because you don't want to scratch this body. Die-cast body, it weighs quite a lot of fine details on the body. Anyway, so you get to the original Lock Sound 3 chip is here, and the chip I'm putting in is this Lock Sound Micro, which is a lot smaller. And I'm going to try and put that very small speaker in there somewhere, which hopefully I might get either in this bay here, or in the tender where the coal goes. It might, in fact it will go in there, I think, because there's a recess there. I can't get a conventional speaker in there of any type. Try the smallest round speaker, and it just, I've had about 4 or 5 attempts at doing this loco. It never worked out because the speaker just wouldn't fit, so hopefully this time it should fit. The DCC factory sound version of this, which I have the other one in the black livery, black and red, the speaker is positioned in a special bay between the 2 flexible articulated bogies. Well, not bogies, drive sections, because it is 8-wheel drive, and the front wheels are free rolling wheels. Let's just move along. Let's have a look, see what happens now. Well, it's fitted, and the only way to do it is with the ZImo LS 8x12 8 ohm 1 watt speaker, which is that one there, using it on Lock Sound Micro. It fits in there quite nice, it all goes together very nicely. That's the only place you can put it on the non-sound version. Yeah, so just putting the screws back, but just had some advice about screws, threaded metal screws, that are not self-tappers, that have got a proper thread going into metal chassis, you make sure that you anti-clockwise spin it first, the screw. Get your screwdriver on and just spin it carefully until you hear a click. There we go. When you hear the click, that's the start of the thread, and you gently just go clockwise then, very gently. You know you're not going to thread the screw going in then, and don't over tighten it. Just some advice about screwing into metal chassis.
Vorsicht, zurückbleiben bitte!